Lesson 7th, Tenses. What do tenses denote? Tenses denote an action in the present, past and future. Present tense is used to talk about an action that takes place at the moment. Past tense expresses an action that has already occurred. Future tense expresses an action likely to happen in the future. Students, let's learn more about present tense with examples. Present tense denote an action that takes place at the moment. Present tense has four groups, that is simple present, present continuous, present perfect continuous tense. Let's revise simple present tense. The display above clearly indicates the form of simple present tense in the affirmative, negative and interrogative. Simple present tense is used with words like usually, generally, often, every day, once a month, always, never. Let us make sentences with these words. 1. Generally, we get holidays in the month of June. I never eat more than one item for lunch. With the help of the given table, let's make sentences in simple present tense. In the affirmative, negative, interrogative. Always remember, students, if the subject is singular, the verb must be singular. If the subject is plural, the verb must be plural. The verb and the subject should agree. Sentences in affirmative. They work hard to earn their living. It's a correct sentence. She worked hard to achieve her goal. Wrong sentence. She worked hard to achieve her goal. It's a wrong sentence. Correct is she works hard to achieve her goal. I does not pay my fees on time. It is a wrong sentence. We cannot say I does not. We have to say I do not pay my fees on time. Do they contribute for the expenses? Correct sentence. Does he play hockey well? Correct sentence. From the above slide, we can learn about present continuous tense in the affirmative, negative and interrogative. The table can help us to frame correct sentences. Present continuous tense is used to express an action that is occurring at the present moment. Students, let's begin with affirmative sentences. Number 1, my father is working in Chennai nowadays. In sentence 1, the subject, my father, agrees with the verb is working. Correct sentence is, my father is working in Chennai nowadays. Second example, I am working on the project daily. The subject I agrees with the verb am working. Correct sentence is I am working on the project daily. Third example, they is completing their work on time. The subject they does not agree with the verb is completing. Correct sentence is they are completing their work on time. If the subject is singular, the verb must be singular. If the subject is plural, the verb must be plural. Negative sentences. I am not working in Mumbai. They are not doing their work. Let us frame interrogative sentences. Am I working honestly? Is she completing her duty on time? The above slide displays forms of present perfect tense in affirmative, negative and interrogative. Present perfect tense, we are talking about an action that began in the past and has just been completed. Students, remember to use past participle with the helping verb. Let's frame affirmative sentences. My father have eaten his lunch already. My father has eaten his lunch already. Second one, I has worked hard on the report. I have worked hard on the report. Third one, you have worked hard on this task. You have worked hard on this task. Students, remember the rule is if the subject is I, we, you, they, we have to use have. If the subject is he, she, it, we have to use has. Let's make negative sentences. She has not gone to her friend's place. 2. I have not eaten my lunch at. Interrogative. Have you worked on the project? Has she joined the training group? Students, remember to use past participle when you frame sentences for perfect tense. Present perfect continuous tense in affirmative, negative and interrogative. Present perfect continuous tense is used to talk about an action that began in the past and is going on till the present. Students, let's make some sentences in the affirmative. 1. I have been learning Hindustan music since I was 10 years old. Second, we have been greeting the guest all morning. We want a break now. Now let's make negative sentences. They have not been working as a teacher in this school for many years. Second one, she has not been doing her work in this manner all these years. Let us make some interrogative sentences. Can you please help me? I have been trying to solve this problem since morning. Second one, have they been living in this house all their lives? We cannot ask them to leave now. Fill in the blanks with present tense form of verbs given in the bracket. I dash at the landscape. You have to use present continuous tense. It has 3 forms: is, am, are. The subject is I. So we have to use I am looking at the landscape. Second example, the sun dash in the east and dash in the west. Simple present. The sun, subject is it. So the sun rises in the east and again the subject is it and sets in the west. Third example, he dash yoga regularly. Simple present tense. The subject is he, she, it is does. Here the subject is he. So he does yoga regularly. Fourth example, the children dash for half an hour. Present perfect continuous tense. If the subject is he, she, it is has been plus ing. Subject is I, you, we, they, have been plus ing. The children, the subject is they. They have been working for half an hour. Fifth example, I dash the letter and posted it. Present perfect tense. Present perfect tense has again two forms, has and have. If the subject is he, she, it is have. I, you, we, they, have. The subject is I. I have written the letter and posted it. Children, remember perfect tense, we have to use past participle. Sixth example, the tortoise dash is in its shell. Present continuous tense has three forms, is, am, are. The subject is tortoise. It is it. It is sleeping in its shell. Students, simple past tense expresses an action that took place at some point in the past. It has four groups: simple past, past continuous, past perfect continuous tense. Let's learn each separately. The above table focuses on forms of simple past tense in affirmative. If the subject is I, we, you, he, she, it, we have to use past tense of the verb. In other words, whatever may be the subject, we have to use past tense of the verb. For example, played, ran, gave, spoke. Let's make some sentences in the affirmative. You worked hard the entire day. She ate some rice and vegetables. In the negative, if the subject is I, you, we, he, she, it, they, we use didn't plus present tense. For example, I did not give him the book. Suppose I say I did not give him the book. It is a wrong sentence. Correct is I did not give him the book. Second example, she did not write the letter. Suppose I say she did not wrote the letter. So it is wrong. She did not write the letter. Remember, negative sentences in simple past use did not plus present tense. Interrogative, did she give him the book? Did we write the letter secretly? Past continuous tense is used to talk about an action that was going on at some point of time in the past. If the subject is I, he, she, it, use was plus ing. If the subject is you, we, they, use were plus ing. Affirmative sentences. I was sleeping while studying. Second example. The crows were grazing. The hens were packing the ground for food. Past continuous tense in the negative. If the subject is I, he, she, it was not sleeping while studying. If the subject is we, you, they were not grazing, the hens were not packing the ground for food. Interrogative form. Was, I, he, she, it sleeping while eating? Were, you, we, they strolling as it was a wonderful day? Past perfect tense is formed by using had plus past participle. Past perfect tense is used when we are talking about an action in the past which was completed before a particular point of time in the past. Let's make affirmative sentences. The crowd had entered the auditorium before 6 p.m. They had hoped to watch the movie today. To form negative sentences, we have to use had not plus past participle. The crowd had not entered the auditorium before 6 p.m. Second example, they had not hoped to watch the movie today. Interrogative sentences, had, if the subject can be I, you, he, she, it, they. Here, had it built its nest and advised all other birds to do the same? Had the children learned the song earlier so they were able to sing it well? Past perfect continuous tense. We are talking about an action that began before a definite moment in the past, continued up to that moment, and was still in progress at that moment. In the affirmative, we use had been plus verb ending in ing. For example, we had been visiting temples throughout our childhood. Negative, we had not been visiting temples throughout our childhood. Interrogative, had we been visiting temples throughout our childhood? Fill in the blanks with correct tenses of the verbs given in the brackets. He dash bracket question Bilbil on how he dash the exact number. Use simple past. When we use simple past, we have to use past tense of the verb. The verb given is question and know. So, he questioned Bilbil on how he knew the exact number. Second example, the teacher dash around the class while the student dash the question. We have to use past continuous tense. Past continuous tense, if the subject is I, he, she, it, we have to use was. Subject is you, we, they, we have to use were. Now here the subject is she. The teacher means she. So she was walking round the class while the students means they were answering the questions. Third example, my brother X dash the route very clearly before I started out. Past perfect tense. Past perfect tense is subject is I, you, we, they, he, she, it, had plus past participle. So answer is my brother, that means subject is he. He had explained the route very clearly before I started out. Fourth, the children dash the song earlier so they were able to sing it very well. Past perfect tense. Past perfect tense, whatever may be the subject, had plus past participle. The children had learned the song earlier, so they were able to sing it very well. Fifth example, the spider dashed to climb the water pipe the whole afternoon. Past perfect continuous tense. Past perfect continuous tense has only one form, had been plus verb ending in ing. The spider, it. It had been trying to climb the pipe the whole afternoon. Future tense is used to express an action that will take place in the future. Fill in the blanks with future tense. Example 1 and 2 is example of simple future. 3 and 4 future continuous. 5 and 6 future perfect. 7 and 8 future perfect continuous tense. The rule for simple future is if the subject is I, we, use shall plus present tense. Subject is you, he, she, it, they, use will plus present tense. Now here, example 1, the subject is I. Shall I open the door now or after half an hour? Second example, during the monsoon, the roads will get flooded if we do not clear the gutters daily. Roads, it is it, so we are using will get. Third example, future continuous, I shall be working. The rule is if the subject is I, we, if we use shall be plus ing. If the subject is you, he, she, it, they, use will be plus ing. Subject is I, so we are using shall be working this weekend, so I shall not be going to the party. The fourth example, the train will be arriving any moment now, stay away from the edge of the platform. Example 5, we are using future perfect tense. The rule is if the subject is I, we have to use shall have plus past participle. Subject is you, he, she, they, it, use will have plus past participle. Set the timer for 1 hour. The chicken, it, will have cooked by then. Sixth example, the gymnast will have performed. Gymnast means he will have performed in the stadium by evening. The fourth rule, future perfect continuous tense. If the subject is I, we have to use shall have been plus verb ending in ing. If the subject is you, he, she, it, they, use will have been plus ing. The subject is he. So he will have been cycling for about an hour by the time the sun sets. Eighth example, she will have been talking, subject is she, so will have been talking to her neighbors for 30 minutes by 6 o'clock.